man or a woman is 60 and they still look bang, they still look good, they are sugar daddy and sugar mommy material. Well, hey boos, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time dropping by, hello, you're welcome. Please stay, and if this is not, thank you so much for staying. On today's video, we're going to be talking about 6 mistakes to avoid making in your 20s. Now, a quick disclaimer: these are just some of the mistakes I've made and others I've read about, and I found them very helpful and important, so I decided to share this with you guys. If you have an opposing opinion, let me know in the comment section. It's okay. And if you agree with me, still let me know in the comment section. I will appreciate further advice on this topic. So without any further ado, let's get right into the video. The first mistake I think we should avoid making in our 20s is cutting people completely off our lives. And this could be for a couple of reasons. I know social media has a whole cut everyone off. Oh, this person does this, cut them off. This person is toxic, cut them off. But why I think you shouldn't do that is because a lot of times people might have offended us, but they don't know that they have offended us. You might sit somewhere and decide, okay, this person is not my friend simply because they did not wish me a happy birthday, but did they know? And even if they knew, were they occupied with something else? Are they okay in their own corners? I feel like people don't check some of these things before they take these drastic decisions. We cut people off for petty reasons nowadays without even realizing. So if you are this kind of person, if you are that kind of person who will just cut people off for nonsense reasons, I think you should reevaluate yourself and reevaluate if this is actually okay, or if this reason is worth it, is worth losing this person completely. Another reason why I feel like it's not okay to cut people off completely, especially at this age, is the power of networking. You don't know where you might meet this person tomorrow. You don't know the help you might need from them, and just because you acted drastically now, it might impact you. It may have a lot of negative impact on you in the future. So please, before you think of cutting anyone off, ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it reason enough? Have I spoken to the person about this, and is the person changing, or is the person apologetic about the situation? And will I need the person in the future? So should I be cutting them off right now? Have I spoken to the person? Is the person aware that they have actually heard me, and are they apologetic about it? There are some situations where it's okay to cut people off. People who might be holding you back, people whose morals don't align with yours. It's okay to cut this kind of people off. However, you should think, is it worth it? Is it worth losing this person? The next mistake we should avoid making in our 20s is not having a retirement plan. I know when a lot of people hear this, they're like, why should I worry about old age problems right now? I'm in my 20s. It's time for me to enjoy. It's time for me to not care about responsibilities and all. But the earlier you save, the more you have. So I'll advise any and everybody in their 20s with a source of income, any source of income, to try saving towards their retirement now. I'll take, for example, you are a 22-year-old or a 23-year-old earning 40,000 a month. 5% of 40,000 is 2,000 francs. Keep 2,000 francs every month for your retirement plans, and you could reinvest this money into something else to multiply what you have at the end of the month. I can guarantee you will be having more than someone who earns the exact same amount and decides to start planning towards their retirement when they are 30 or 40 or 50s. So as soon as possible, if you're in your 20s, try having a retirement plan and being serious. Another mistake we should avoid making in our 20s is posting stupid stuff on social media. I'm not coming for the meme lords and the meme princesses or goddesses. No, I'm talking about especially these people who like violence, people who think they can put their mouth into everything, people who think it's okay to bully people on social media. That's so wrong. Ask yourself before you post anything. Ask yourself, will my future self be okay? Will I be okay if someone says this to me? How is it going to impact me in the future? A typical example is when Chadwick Boseman started losing weight and people were like, oh, he has HIV, oh, he's doing drugs, he's doing this, he's doing that, and they were being so mean to him, only for him to later die of cancer. Those same people were so sad about it and they were full of regrets. Another example of this is using people's pain as cruise on social media. I might be going through a lot and I post it and people are like, oh, you're just seeking for attention, you're just doing it. Later when something happens to you, they start feeling regrets, they start feeling like, oh, I shouldn't have said this, I shouldn't have said that. A recent event happened on Twitter where this doctor was in a train and she got shot. So she tweeted, she was like, guys, please pray for me, I got shot. And people were like, so they shoot you, get mined for the tweet about them. Oh, you're just looking for pity responses. Oh, you're just doing this, you're just doing this. And she later died. Imagine if you were amongst those people who were using her pain to catch cruise or to be violent on Twitter. You're not going to sleep well, you're not going to feel okay. So before posting anything, before replying to anything on social media, try as much as possible to reevaluate it. Look at it on both sides. If this thing does not go as planned, how am I going to feel? How is it going to affect me in the future? And you don't know who is watching on social media. There are times where you could be applying for a job and your investors or the people hiring you will decide to take a look at your social media platform. Imagine the things that they might find in some of our social media platforms. Are you willing to lose? Are you willing to risk it all just to make some strangers happy, just to make some strangers laugh, or just to make some strangers feel like, okay, this person is a bad guy, this person is the it? So before you post anything on social media, please try to think about it and think about how it's going to impact you or the people around you in the mistake which we tend to make in our 20s and which I'm so guilty of is not contacting our loved ones, not calling, not texting because of one reason or another. Please, as much as possible, try to reach out to the people who matter to you, to the people who have impacted you positively, especially to our parents. We sit and we don't call often, or maybe because the conversation might be boring, or I'm too busy trying to make money, I'm too busy trying to figure out my life, I don't have time for all those things. But you might sit one day and discover that those people are no longer there. And while they were on earth, how did you make their life easier? How did you make their life happier? Did you reach out to them? Were you there for them when they were alive? Or is it just now when they are dead that you're crying and you're regretting and you're feeling like, oh, I should have done this, I should have called, I should have picked up the phone? These are regrets or mistakes which could have been avoided if and only if we picked up the phone to call or send a text message or just to remind someone who matters to you that, oh, I love you, are you okay, are you feeling good, what's happening, just a quick chit chat. So if you're in your 20s and you're falling into the habit of not checking up on your loved ones, please stop. Try to get closer to your loved ones, try to always keep in touch. It's going to be really beneficial to them. And mistake which we tend to make in our 20s is spending more than we earned. We want to drink, we want to cruise, we want to be a big mood, we want to do all those things. You want to be the guy on TV or the girl on TV. Yeah, they're spending more than you're making. At times we even go to the extent of borrowing. That's why in future debt already, just because we want to look a certain way or live a certain lifestyle which is not even up to what we're making. If you're in your 20s, saving and investing is so important. Being in debt is so ghetto. So stop. Anyhow, the truth is when you start making your own money, you spend within your budget because you know how difficult it is to make money. I'm an example, so it's okay, but as much as possible, try not to go more than young. Another mistake which we should avoid making in our 20s is not developing a healthy lifestyle earlier on. We look at some celebrities and even people around us, you see the way a man or a woman is 60 and they still look bang, they still look good, they are sugar daddy and sugar mommy material. Where did you think it all started from? They started taking their exercises serious in their 20s, some even before. They started cutting out on alcohol, they started cutting out on smoking, they started cutting out of all these excessive behaviors which we are practicing and we think is cruise. So as early as possible, starting now, we should avoid making these mistakes. Try to work out as much as you can. Try drinking water instead of alcohol all the time. Try to quit smoking as early as possible. I don't even understand the thing with smoking, because you literally see somebody dying of cancer in front of the cigarette pack and you're still there. I'm not judging, all I'm saying is try to cut off from these behaviors as early as possible, because the habits we build up now are going to have either a positive or a negative impact in our future. We're not going to be dying of cancer and other weird conditions just because we're trying to cruise. And we all want to look fresh, we all want to look pink, even in our old age. So now is the time to start building these habits if you are not into it. So guys, we have come to the end of today's video. I hope this impacted in someone's life. If you have any advice you think you can help us with, please leave a comment down below, and don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. See you guys later.